Hello, my beautiful people. Did you miss me? I sure missed you. So, I was on the pooper, right? And I was thinking to myself, hey, I haven't uploaded in a while. Then I thought of making an animation, but I was like, nah, too lazy. So I decided to make another one of these silly little MSA watching things. You guys like that, right? Probably not, but I wanted to make one anyway because I don't care. Let's get right to it.
Hi, I'm Ivy from California, and I love making lists.
What? Why does it look so good now? The animation looks solid. This wasn't supposed to happen. This ruins everything.
To-do lists, shopping lists, list of my strengths and weaknesses,
List of my constant depression.
and my #1 life goal is to become a veterinarian. But before I continue, please like and subscribe because if you do, a songbird might land on your window and sing to you.
Going to the jeweler, bust the AP, yeah. Sliding on the water like a jet ski, yeah. Rizzler drip, go woo on a bitch. 5790, spit the coupe on my wrist. Multi-million-dollar, I'm a fool with the hit.
I love animals. When I was 7, I went to the zoo and saw this pretty cat locked up in a cage. I snatched the keys off the zookeeper's belt and let the cat out.
Breaking news tonight, as it seems a lion has escaped from the zoo due to the carelessness of one little girl. 15 were injured and 3 were killed.
Another time, I invited a stray cat and dog into our house. They got so excited that they scratched up the curtains, the walls, and the furniture. My brother's face swelled up like a tomato because he was allergic.
Irredeemable monster. Can't believe she did this. Wow.
When I was 15, I was outside the grocery store and this woman came up to me. Save the whales! Help! Excuse me, have you ever considered being an actor? The camera would love you, and you can make a ton of money.
You just walk up to random people and say, hey, you should be an actress. What did she do?
My parents appeared out of... Apparently, the woman was a famous agent who had discovered a ton of young movie stars.
Dude, who are these people, bro? Wait a minute, Nene!
Ivy, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The extra money you'd make could help the family and pay for veterinary school.
Always gotta do it for the family, Ivy.
I didn't want to take up acting, but looking at Mom and Dad and the fact that this money could really help us out, I reluctantly agreed.
Alright, W, baby, time to get paid.
The next day, I signed a contract with the agent.
Have a nice day.
Essentially what happens next is that she's auditioning for this role in a movie called The Roman, but she shows up at the studio with dog hair because she is a vile human being.
I stopped in the bathroom to clean up and ran into Becky, the meanest girl in school.
Oh my god, the girl that's mean to me at my school just so happens to be at this audition as well. Oh my god.
They don't want a weirdo like you. We'll see about that. I auditioned, then went to the park to feed the birds. One of them dropped a little surprise on my head. It just meant that he liked me.
No, I'm pretty sure that just means a bird crapped on your head. I bet you're wondering why the thumbnail of this video says rich people versus poor people. Don't worry, we're about to get to it.
Just then my phone rang, and it was my agent, confirming that I got the part. Yippee! A week later, I was on set and heard a commotion. I turned to see Roman yelling at one of the assistants. I said decaf, you idiot.
Yeah, you moron.
An hour later, he shouted at the writer. This dialogue is horrible. Change it, now. Roman and I were shooting a scene where we were playing with the cutest little puppy. Get that thing out of here. You're a big, fat jerk. I am not fat. How dare you? Do you know who I am? You're a spoiled brat, your acting sucks, and your movies stink. You can't talk to me like that. I already did, and you know what? I quit. I'd rather get stung by a jellyfish than spend another second with you. Ow. Roman wasn't the first spoiled actor I'd dealt with on set, but he was going to be the last. A few days later, a sound woke me up in the middle of the night. Ouch! I charged at the intruder and knocked him to the ground. What are you doing here? I wanted to talk to you. Ever heard of a phone? Did you mean the things you said about me?
This guy, like, broke into your house.
Nice opinion.
And you're just having a normal conversation with him.
Everyone says I'm such a great actor, and they expect me to be perfect. But I'm not. That's why my last few movies failed, and I just got bitter. I'm really sorry for being mean, but I really just want to do a good job.
Okay, but for real though, basically the plot is this rich kid wants to learn how to be poor, so he commits this silly billy little felony we like to call breaking and entering inside a girl's house so she could teach him how to be poor. In exchange, that veterinary clinic that she wants to have, he says he can give her that. He can give her $1 million for to teach him how to be poor.
I'm not sure how you're gonna manage that. Your face is everywhere. Then Roman opened his backpack. He pulled out a wig and a makeup bag and then turned his back to me. 10 seconds later, when he turned around, he looked like a totally different person.
Not really.
Call me Rob. My manager enrolled me in your high school under my new name.
Did you have this planned? How did you know she'd say yes?
Roman slept on my bedroom floor that night. I was sound asleep when music started blasting at 5 a.m. in the morning. Roman and his personal trainer were working out in the middle of my room.
Ah, yes. Now there is a older man that somehow made his way into a miner's room. I see no problems in this situation.
And how did he come in? The same way I did.
How did you come in?
I turned off the music and shoved Roman and his trainer out of my window.
Looks like Rob needs a better trainer.
Later that morning, when I went downstairs, I got the shock of my life. Honey, you never told us you had a boyfriend. Roman turned around with an apron and a plate full of pancakes. I grabbed Roman's hand and dragged him out the door. Why would you tell my parents that you're my boyfriend? It's perfect, right? Now I can hang out at your house at any time without causing suspicion.
Genius.
We went to school and somehow Roman was in every one of my classes.
Really now?
And he always sat in the seat behind me. Whenever he wasn't staring at me, he was mimicking me. He slouched in his seat like me, chewed his pencil like me, and even tried walking like me. Stop copying me. People are staring. Oh, sorry. What am I supposed to do? Homework? I already finished it. Roman showed me his notebook. He'd completed our math homework and half the upcoming assignments in the book.
1 + 1 was one of the assignments? You guys are in high school, right?
I learned this stuff a couple of years ago.
Genius!
I was horrible at math. It was my worst subject.
I unfortunately have to agree with you. 5 + 5 does not equal 6.
If you need my help, just say so. I really don't mind. Afterwards, you can show me what normal kids do for fun.
After that day, they basically just started hanging out with each other, which I have to admit looks pretty wholesome. And hey, Ivy even taught Boy Genius to not fear dogs. But definitely the best part of all of this is Rob rizzing up Ivy.
There's something different about you when you're with animals. You shine. There's a bright light within you, and I think it's beautiful. I don't see that when you're with other people. Why is that? Animals are sweet and accepting. People are difficult and judgmental. I used to feel the same way. Well, not about animals, but people. But that changed when I met you. The wind picked up and I started to shiver. Then Roman put his arm around me, pulled me close, and kissed me. My heart fluttered as the moonlight shined down on us. His words echoed.
But it turns out all he said was from a movie he acted in, so yeah.
This isn't a movie, Roman, and I'm not your girlfriend. Not now, not ever.
Ooh.
After that, Roman started acting strange. He didn't sit near me in class anymore, and although he was still hiding out in my bedroom, he kept to his side of the room, and I kept to mine. I caught up with him at his locker to talk. Roman, about the other night. It's okay. What happened on the roof wasn't part of our agreement. I should have never put you in that situation.
Yes, this is actually the perfect time to interrupt my viewing nationwide.
There's so much more than the characters you play in movies. Orion may shine bright, but the real you is spectacular. You shouldn't hide it, and neither should you.
Sin City was a maybe.
Becky and her annoying boyfriend Milo walked up to us with their army of brats. So, who's your new friend? He doesn't have 4 legs and fur. A bit of advice, new guy. Stop wasting your time with Ivy. She's a loser and a freak.
Canon.
Don't talk about Ivy like that again. Oh yeah? What you gonna do about it? As the teacher tried to pull them apart, Roman's wig fell off and his cover was blown.
Wait, that was Roman all along? God, that disguise really did work.
The next morning, the video of Roman's fight with Milo went viral. Milo sued Roman in court for his injuries.
Your Honor, my client is a crybaby that can't take a punch.
And Roman was fired from his movie. Reporters found out that I had helped him with the disguise, and they camped outside of my house to interview me. A dozen stories were even published blaming me for ruining Roman's career.
Oh my God, why?
I tried to reach out to Roman, but he didn't answer my calls or texts. I felt so guilty that he was losing everything because he stuck up for me.
You hate to see it.
A few weeks later, a breaking news report revealed that Roman's manager had stolen all of Roman's money and left the country. I couldn't believe that things were getting worse for Roman, and there was nothing I could do to help him. I was working at the shelter when Mr. Buttercup started jumping and barking like crazy.
Oh God, he has rabies.
Oh my God, Roman? Hey, Ivy. What are you doing here? I don't have much money left, but we had an agreement. Is this the only reason you're here? Besides, I can't take that. I'm the reason you lost everything.
Shut up and take my money!
Ever since I met you, I've become a better person. And even dogs like me now. Dogs? Really? Are you just gonna stand there talking about philosophical nonsense? So, you want me to say that I'm madly in love with you? Or that I can't stop thinking about you? Or just shut up and kiss me already?
That's all, folks.
So that was the story. Honestly, pretty goated. I like how this story went on. It dragged for a little bit for me at some points, and it got boring in the beginning. But when I got into the middle of it, I actually started to get some interest for it. Both characters are likable to me, mostly because they're ironically funny. But I don't know, I get a feel for them. Also, I don't know who did the animation for this video, but I want to give them a pat on the back. Like, I really hate how good it looks. Oh my God. Do I think it was real?
A dozen stories were even published blaming me for ruining Roman's career.
What do you think? Despite all that, I still had a fun time watching this twice. Once with my friends, and the second time when I had to review it. I'm giving it. This is because some scenes dragged a little bit too far for me, but hey, maybe that was because Rob needed some time to get that unspoken Riz. Yeah, baby. Also, it had one of those generic bully characters. You're stupid and dumb and shouldn't hang out with her because she's so uncool. I've seen a lot of story times with stuff like that. In my last one, the dad was like that. So, I don't know. Maybe we can get some originality somewhere around here. And again, it is still the same thing it was, like, years ago, so. I am also very upset that we didn't get to see the scene with her trying to teach him how to be poor by eating an absurd amount of food. Where was that part in the poor teaching? Ivy? This video was fine. We don't need to talk about it anymore. My friend suggested me the next video I should watch. What's that about? I hate my life.